Hello and welcome to Games Jobs Live. I'm Colin McDonald, and let me just bring in Jamie Sefton. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Hello. So if you don't know me, if you didn't tune in when we've done these before, I've been working in the UK games industry for about 30 years now and involved at pretty much every level, from bedroom coding to AAA development to publishing and commissioning at Channel 4. And in a post-COVID world or an in-COVID world, Games Jobs Live makes it easier for studios to find great talent to help them do fantastic games. I know a bunch of people that are watching are already in the games industry. I know some of you are coming from other industries and keen to transition across into games. And some of you are studying or just finished studying and looking for your first position in games. What we've got today is perfect for all of you. I hope we've got some fantastic companies that you'll be able to hear from, and you'll be able to chat in the Discord. So hopefully hearing from them today will help you decide what you want. But this is all about companies in the north of England. And this has been kindly organised by Jamie here on my right. So Jamie, would you be able to tell us a little bit more about Game Republic?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Colin, and thanks again for organising today, and to our sponsors as well, Red Kite Games and Sumo Digital. So I'm just going to try and share my screen now. So hopefully this will come up, Colin. Let me know if it doesn't. Basically, just a bit about Game Republic. We're a games business network for Yorkshire and the north of England, and we have many game developer members, including Sumo, Red Kite, Team 17, Rebellion North, all the companies that you'll see today. We host events and now webinars with major publishers and platform holders here in the region. And we've had Microsoft, Epic, Sony, just three of the guests that we've had over the last sort of 6 months. We also we host events with our universities and colleges. We've got 14 of those now. And we held an online version of our student showcase very recently, which was great. And it helps to make that connection again between universities and colleges and industry. And we also run a free network called Gamma-Yo, Game Makers Yorkshire, but it's open for anyone across the north. And we have more than 900 individual members now, including Gamma-Yo. And part of my job is promoting this region, Yorkshire and the north of England. You might have seen a BBC Look North report a few weeks ago. With Team 17 and Sumo involved in that, and we also feature in the MCB Develop magazine this month. So I tend to promote the region a little bit, and yeah, the upshot is just more business for our members. That's it in a nutshell. And these are just some of the games that our companies in the region have made. Obviously, we've got some very well-known ones in there, like Grand Theft Auto with Rockstar Leeds, and we've got Crackdown from Sumo and Sniper Elite from Rebellion North. And up in the middle there, in the centre, is Beyond the Steel Sky, which is Revolution software based in York. And that's just launched on the Apple Store and also Apple Arcade. And it's launching on PC very soon as well. So lots of different games, mobile, everything in this region. These are just some of the games companies. Obviously, some of them are taking part today, but some of them as well you might have heard of. Bone Loaf, who make the fantastic Gang Beasts game. They're based in Sheffield, a fantastic company. So we have lots of different types of companies, everybody from mobile right through to VR and AAA console. And these are just some of our educational partners. In fact, there's 14 here. Some fantastic universities and colleges, brilliant courses here in the region and outside of it as well, with Staffordshire and the University of Sunderland as well involved there. So yeah, we've got some great universities and colleges if you want to come and study here in the region. And I've got to mention as well our affiliate members. We couldn't run this network without them. So Barclays have been fantastic support recently. So have Escape Technology and all our partners here. Solicitors, we've got insurance services, we've got accountants. So everything you need. If you want to set up a games company in this region, we can help you. That's it really. If you want to come and join us in Yorkshire in the north, see the presentations today. We are very friendly and fun up here in the region. This is more of a history lesson now with some of the events that we ran before the lockdown things, but hopefully we'll get back to that soon. But yeah, we're just a very friendly and very proactive and fun part of the world to live in and work in the games industry. So thanks very much. Over to you, Colin.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jamie. And Gaming Republic's a brilliant network. Recommend anyone join if you're not already and you've got a little company. And the Gamio nights in particular are one of my favourite nights of the year.
Very good.
So
Thank you,
about
Colin.
today, each of the companies only have a few minutes to present themselves, but that should give you a good flavour of what they've done, what positions they've got and what they're looking for. And then it's up to you to follow up with any that you're interested in. For that, you want to be in the Discord. There's a link scrolling across the bottom of the screen, discord.gamesjobs.live. So good to see some chat happening in the Discord already. It's been going all day. And each company has a dedicated channel set up. So jump on there. Every company has people on the Discord ready to chat to you. They're there chatting now. So do jump on throughout the whole of the live stream. We'll finish up about 5:15, but then the companies will stay on until about 6 o'clock, so you can then chat without the live stream at the same time. But do just jump on right now. They're all there. They're already all answering questions from what I can see. As they're talking, though, do just stick any general questions in the general chat, and I'll try and pick up a couple of them and put a couple of Q&As to the companies after they speak. In the Discord, the companies that have people on there are in green. They have moderator status. So if anyone other than them contact you asking to make contact, ignore them. Tell one of us. We want to keep all the chat civil. And do just follow up with the companies directly. Send links to all their jobs and their websites after the event. And if you've got any problems, speak to one of the moderators. We certainly don't want anything nasty or spammy going on. And if the technology permits, we'll try and have a little quiz in the Discord afterwards. We tried this before, it went horribly wrong, but this is the joy of live events. Things go wrong. Things go wrong in the games industry. It's about what you learn and how you recover and how you get on with things. So before we get started, I would just like to echo Jamie's thoughts of thanking Red Kite and Sumo. Great for them to come on board and to sponsor this event. It's helped us bring it to everyone today. Thank you so much. And if I can just ask a little favour, the more people that watch this, the better it is for everyone. It'll mean more companies will join us next time. There'll be more positions advertised. We go from strength to strength as a region and as an industry. So I've just tweeted to say that this event started. If anyone on Twitter could give that a little retweet or mention, that would be fantastic. But without further ado, let's crack on and meet some of the companies. So first up, we have Red Kite. So if I can just bring Simon from Red Kite.
Hi, Colin. Hi, everyone. My name's Simon. I'm the studio director at Red Kite Games. Thank you for joining us today. It's great to be a part of this event. It was great when Jamie got in touch and told me about what was happening with the Scottish event. But yeah, it's great to be able to talk to you all, let you know a little bit more about Red Kite Games and tell you a bit about the company. And yeah, just hopefully give you a flavour so that you can see there that we're hiring and that we'd love for you to consider coming to Red Kite Games. So to give you a bit of an overview, we were established in 2012. We currently have a headcount of around 42, and as you can see there, we're growing. We're based in Leeds, UK. We moved there recently. That's our building in the screen there. We consider ourselves an engineering focused or a programming focused studio, primarily because we have more engineers and programmers at the company than anything else. We do work for hire, co-development, and we also develop our own IP. We've built a reputation over the last 8 years for delivering high quality service, for providing high quality service, creating AAA PC console games. We're also part of the Sumo Digital family of studios, who you'll be hearing from later on as well. And yeah, at the moment, we're supporting multiple world-class AAA publishing partners and current gen and next gen projects. So a little bit of our history. So myself, I worked at Rockstar before I set up Red Kite Games. A lot of the spine and history of Red Kite comes from Rockstar. My fellow directors I worked with there, and a lot of the dev team are ex-Rockstar. And that kind of ties into some of the games that we make as Red Kite Games and some of our specialities. But as you can see, some very big titles from the core team at Red Kite. So what's our vision? We're looking to grow in every way. Our move to Leeds has been a catalyst of that. We want to grow in size. We want to improve ourselves as a development studio. We want to enhance our reputation. We intend to stay tech focused. We like to keep on the pulse. Plus, it's always fun to play with the new toys. We're a very next gen focused studio. And we also want to maintain our multi-project, multi-genre and AAA approach. We like working on lots of different types of big games. We consider ourselves open world specialists, which play to our strengths, as I talked about our history earlier. And yeah, co-development is what we enjoy doing, working with good people and great games. And we're also starting to plan looking at creating our own original IP. We want to enhance Red Kite's reputation as a leading games developer, and we want to be considered the game studio to build a career at in Yorkshire and the north of England. So here's some of the games that we've worked on over the past 8 years and people that we've worked with, from the likes of Activision to 2K to the platform holders like Sony and Microsoft. So the thing with Red Kite is we have a very diverse portfolio. We get to work on lots of different games, lots of different technologies, ranging from PC console all the way up to AAA games. And current gen, next gen, but again, we've got car games on there, first-person shooters, third-person action games. A very varied portfolio at Red Kite, and it's one of our USPs. We feel is that coming to Red Kite Games and joining the studio is that you get to work on lots of different games. So it's always new. Just a small spotlight. So the last game that we worked on that has been released was we did the console versions of 2 Point Hospital, which has been extremely well received. You can see there with the nice Metacritic that we've got there. But we did that game. We were the lead developer, working with 2 Point Studios and Sega to bring that game and port it across to the consoles. And what's really been nice is that the Switch version has been especially positively received, with some people considering it the definitive version of the game. So in development, what can we tell you? So we can't tell you too much. We can say these things though. We're working with 2K. We're working to develop 2 open world AAA games for current and next gen. We're helping to port 1 open world game. We're helping to develop an action-packed, beautiful arcade brawler. And we're pretty much working on every technology you can think out there, UE4, Unity, and proprietary engines as well. But if you would like to know more, you'll have to come for an interview. Big part of Red Kite is our culture. We're no egos, work smarter, not harder. We approach everything with a zero crunch mentality. And the flexi-time approach again kind of emphasizes and underlines Red Kite's culture to how we make games. We're focused on learning and development. We have learning and development days at Red Kite, and across all the Sumo studios for that matter, where there are days set aside where you can use them to actually progress your professional and personal aspirations. And we also have a learning platform called Dojo. We focus on health and well-being. We've got employee assistance programs and mental health support. and we're very much focused as well with equality, diversity, and inclusion, emphasised by the fact that we have an employee-led steering group in this area. But to underline it, it's a place to make great games in a fun and rewarding environment with a lovely bunch of talented people. And it's a silly thing to say, I guess, but don't join Red Kite if you don't want to make friends. We're a very social bunch. So probably less important to the people in this, in taking part, attending this event and in the Discord channel, especially if you're from Yorkshire, you'll probably already know this. But Yorkshire's a pretty nice place to be. We've got certainly out being centred, located in the middle of the city, to then having the lovely countryside 20 minutes away, and then that's the East Coast, kind of Whitby way 90 minutes away. So it's not a bad part of the country to live in either. Some shots of the Red Kite family. So as I was saying, we are a social bunch. It ties into our culture a lot. A team that want to spend time together outside of the studio, look after each other inside of the studio, and in my opinion, make better games. So this is us at our summer barbecue. There we are again, Christmas party. Again, tying into our culture, very, I'm personally, I'm an ambassador at Special Effects, but again, from the studio and how we approach things is, getting involved with Special Effects, and you see their football. We've done the Twin Town Challenge, all these different things. Again, a very social studio, and it's always nice to feel rewarded in being able to give back by being involved in charities such as Special Effects. So yeah, obviously we're in the midst of COVID-19. So what does that mean at the moment with us? Well, we're continuing to make games and we're continuing to hire. That hasn't stopped and won't be stopping. We have kind of doubled down on some of those things I was saying, emphasis on physical and mental well-being at this unusual time. But I think it's summarised with that, it's working from home, not living at work. But the fun hasn't stopped. We've used this opportunity to get involved even more on the social side. The Red Kite Cafe and Inn, where people come and spend time together. We're doing quizzes, bingo, fancy dress, all the things you may or may not be aware of that help to keep everybody sane. It's likely that if you join Red Kite Games, you'll be working from home to start with, but anything that you do need to do your job will be provided. And the plan is to return to the studio when it's safe to do so. The final point on this is, look, if you're worried about applying for a job or moving job, just speak to us, be confidential, and it'll just be a case of, if you do have any questions, we'll be happy to talk to you about them. So current job opportunities. So these are the ones that are live at the moment. So these can be applied for via the website, which I know Colin will be providing links for, but it's been in the top right corner of this presentation. Executive producer. We're looking for, being a technical studio, as I mentioned, programmers from pretty much any kind of discipline or subset area, and ranging from junior all the way up to experienced as well. So if you're a talented programmer or a programmer looking for a new challenge or move, please do get in touch with us. We do have some roles that aren't live on our careers website, and the best thing to do with that is, as I'm sure you are doing and will continue to do, is just chat to the Red Kite team on the Discord channel. And that's it from me. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Simon. And my apologies. I think I took myself out of the stream too early, so you didn't know you were going live on air, but you handled it beautifully. Very well done. Fantastic to see all the pictures and all the social stuff, although I'm sure that's also just heartbreaking to see all the stuff that you used to be able to do that you can't do at the moment. Because you're obviously a very close team. Do you play games, other people's games as well as your own, in the office for fun? What sort of games do you play?
So, sorry, in what sense, Colin? Is this part of the team, or? Yeah,
just is there lunchtime games? In my day, it was Doom and Quake and
stuff. Well, yeah, the guys do. Unfortunately, I'm not getting involved with them. I wish the guys were on here. They're best asking the Discord channel. We've got plenty plenty of red kiters in there who can talk about. But I mean, sometimes as well, it's not only just different games that are being played. You know, there's quite a big board game community that's in Red Kite as well, and you know, it might not be during lunch and things like that, but we've got guys that are playing. You know, we've got a Dungeons and Dragons group of guys that get together in evenings and play, and we've also got it's something that we've been playing in lockdown as well with Tabletop Simulator, playing lots of different board games and things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of that does go on, and I think it's a shame that we're not doing it in the office now, but in some ways it's still a little bit easier to embrace and jump on and off and do things at different times. But what is nice to see is just the team still very much engaging with each other, spending time with each other, and having fun. And yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. And then when you're looking at people applying, as well as the sort of technical skills and experience, is there anything you're looking for, in terms of people's personality and fit? Is there anything that is or isn't sort of a red kite trait?
I'm not sure about personality and fit. I think that what we do like is to have as wide a range and broad kind of personalities across the board for the studio. It makes for a more fun place to be and work. I think that from an application point of view, we always find it's very interesting to see what people are working on outside of their day jobs, or even if it's university, what they're being asked to do on their general courses and things. Is what are they? Because when people aren't kind of telling you what you're going to have to do, is that it's always interesting to see what they're interested in themselves. And I think that that's something we always pay close attention to when hiring anybody from junior up to whatever it might be. Is asking them, well, what things outside of almost the 9 to 5s that you're interested in from a games development point of view, because it's nice to know what those interests are, because quite often that's where I talked about the learning and development. It's quite often where they want to invest some time, and we can then invest in them so that they can pursue those things.
Yeah, no, sounds great. Sounds better than most offices I've worked in, particularly the Red Kite Cafe and Inn. Very jealous. That's been brilliant. Thank you, Simon. You're in the Discord?
Yep.
Fantastic. So if you've not jumped on already, the link to the Discord is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That's where all the chat's happening. That's where Simon and a whole bunch of other folk from Red Kite are. So please do jump on, fire questions away. See if you can overwhelm them and ask them more questions than they can answer. There's a wee challenge for you. I see some people in the chat asking about links. So if you've not already registered for this event, you are welcome, by the way. This is open to anyone. But at the end of this, we will send out an email to everyone that's registered with all the links from Red Kite and the other companies. So if you haven't already registered, get yourself to gamesjobs.live and register for this event. And as long as you do that before about 5 o'clock, so you've got half an hour, then at the end of the street, you'll get an email with all the links. So Simon, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you, and look forward to seeing all the chat with everyone in the Discord.
Yeah. Thanks,
Perfect. Thank you. Cheers, Simon. Okay. Next up, we're delighted to have Sumo Digital. So if I can just bring in Pete from Sumo.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Pete. I will just hand over to you.
Fantastic. Hi, I'm Pete Hopkins. I'm a design director at Sumo Digital. I hope everyone's staying safe and well, and it's a pleasure to be here. So just let me share my screen. I've got a presentation to take you guys through. So Sumo's grown since 2003. We are now a Sumo group. We have 9 development studios under our wing. So we have 3 brand name studios, Labs 42, Chinese Room, and Red Kite Games. And the rest consisting of Sumo, Sheffield, Pune, Nottingham, Newcastle, Leamington, and Warrington. So we're actually a big company now, spread across the country. We also have Atom Hawk, who are our concept art studio, and they're based in Newcastle and Vancouver. So you can visit our website and search for jobs across the countries and across in America, Vancouver. We have been recently working on multiple game titles across all of the studios. One thing that we're sort of developing now is actually going into our own IPs and co-development for IPs. So Sumo Sheffield, where I'm actually based, we were working on Spider, which actually began life as a game jam entry from 2017, and that matured as a product, and we were picked up by Apple, and we launched beginning of this year actually on Apple Arcade. So it's fantastic opportunities to get involved with game jams across each of the studios, and then you can have the potential of winning and actually becoming a releasable product. We have multiple games that have been released through each of our studios, and we have a lot of new IPs and co-developments through our studios themselves. So there's a lot going on. It's worth reiterating that we're not just work for hire now. We are developing, or have developed since 2003, into the sort of new wave of games, developing our new IPs, making sure that we're sort of keeping current and abreast of gaming trends, and it's fantastic opportunities to work on some really, really amazing stuff. Across all of our studios, we actually have mobile experience, AAA game experience, technical experience, and there's a lot of opportunity for everyone to join in and sort of seek the opportunities they want. So a little bit about Sumo Digital. It's established in 2003, and it's part of our Sumo Group PLC, and it was co-founded by Carl Cavers, Paul Porter, and Darren Mills. Our MD is Gary Dunn, who came from Sega, and we have 9 development studio locations across the country. We've got a range of development services. We do franchise ownership, new IP, co-development, sequel delivery, best practice porting, as well as games as service and DLC, and expanding on the products that we've already released. And we have broad genre portfolio, so we don't just specialize in one area. Across all of our studios, we have a wide range of experience across the multiple genres, including racing games, sports games, platformers, first and third persons, and narrative adventure games. Again, it's awesome wide range of skills. So over the studio timeline, we've actually developed over 60 games, with the most recent releases Little Orpheus, 2 Point Hospital, Spider, and Hot Shot Racing, as well as Pass the Punch, that's looking very promising. And we're looking to expand this lineup through 2021. So again, we've got a lot of different genres and a lot of different types of games. We don't just specialize in one area. So Sheffield Studio in particular, we're best in class for shooter and platform expertise, with Little Big Planet as one of our sort of leading brands. You may have seen the new Sackboy announcement recently for PS5. Cross-platform multiplayer across PC and console. We have extensive Unreal Engine 4 experience. We actually specialize a lot in Unreal Engine, with that being our sort of leading engine that we develop in. We do develop in other engines, and we have our own in-house tech as well that you can become accustomed to. We like to pioneer online multiplayer experience, and we have extensive open world experience We're the winners of the External Dev Partner of the Year 2020. So we've done a lot of awesome things recently, and we've won a lot of awards, and it's quite correct. Sumo is an amazing place to actually work and be part of. So we have 17 years of experience across all platforms. We focus on being a reliable and trusted partner. We also value our partner relationships and strive to deliver beyond expectations. We have a fully transparent approach throughout all stages of development. It's very key to actually be transparent as we're developing and maturing our relationships with publishers and clients. It allows us to become trusted partners in the products that we make. We also house multiple world-class game development teams with unrivaled knowledge on all platforms. So we have currently 4 game teams in Sumo Sheffield, and we're always expanding those game teams and looking for the newest talent out there. And we're looking for rising stars, the newest star that can shine and apply their knowledge to our studio, whether fresh from college, university, or a veteran from the industry. We care a lot about our staff as well. We want to allow our staff to grow. It's your journey, your career path, and we're there to help you develop. So we've recently introduced 5 learning days to allow you to work on your own personal development. We've got this new dojo, which is our internal learning platform, which allows us to search resources, post resources, access Udemy, the GDC Vault, and there's also bespoke Unreal training and video tutorials for the Genome Network or Workshop. Sorry. It's a very comprehensive library, and it allows you just to develop and become that superstar that we want you to be. And we offer a lot of company benefits as well, so including annual bonuses, 24 days holiday. We allow for flexible working, share incentive plan. We've got referral bonuses, game and book libraries to allow you to access new content, wrap parties, as well as sort of birthday rewards. And we also do sort of big family events out, which is really, really nice, where everyone can sort of socialize, get together and know your work colleagues and friends. It's all about becoming a big family, a group of people that have the same interests, the same love for games and developing awesome content. And finally up, we offer the Sumo Game Jam. So this is an awesome opportunity that comes up several times a year. As I sort of mentioned about Spider, it started off its inception as a game jam game and was released. And you get perks for the release of your efforts as well, which is great. So please participate in those as well when you join. Thank you for listening. And that's me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pete. What a company. It's an amazing company, actually. And I mean, this is going back a few years now, but I used to work with Carol, Paul and Darren back at
Awesome.
Gremlin, sort of DMA design days. Fantastic guys and an amazing company that you've all built. Well done. And congratulations on the recent awards and everything. It's great.
Thank you very much.
How, in terms of all your different teams, is any one team structured in sort of the same way in terms of how disciplines and split, or are they all different?
We've got a common sort of structure throughout of our development teams. So we've got a dev director that sort of leads the entire project. Then it's split down into design, art, code, animation, and each have their own corresponding directors and then leads within that. So there's lots of opportunities, but having the same structure through all of the teams allows people to quite easily merge and change teams if they're required to. So it's great to have that sort of similar structure.
Yeah, fantastic. And you mentioned working on different platforms. I mean, what sort of range of platforms are you typically working on?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with PC. We develop on PC, but then that will get ported across to Switch, Xbox, PlayStation. We look at mobile titles as well. So the Spider game that was on Apple Arcades for iPhones. It was quite an interesting time on Spider, actually, because there's so many iDevices these days, through iPads and all the different generations, Macs. So there's a lot of things that we actually develop on and test on. So it's making sure that all our content actually can work on those devices. But we have the luxury of things like Unreal that allows us to scale the product to the different platforms, which is awesome. So some clever tech there.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, well, you and various other people from Sumo are on the Discord right now, I believe.
Absolutely. So I'm lurking around. So please just give me a nudge.
Perfect. Okay. I see some people on the YouTube stream asking about the Discord link. The URL scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Jump on the Discord. That's where all the companies are. And do put questions in the general chat for me. Otherwise, I've got to make up my own questions for Pete and the other speakers. And I'm sure your questions will be much more interesting. So do jump on the Discord. If you've not registered already and want the email at the end, sign up at gamesjobs.live, and in about half an hour there'll be an email go out with all the links to all the jobs that have been mentioned. So Pete, thank you very much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
See you in the Discord.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Fantastic. That was Pete. Okay, moving swiftly along, we have Team 17. So let me just bring in Jasper from Team 17. Jasper.
Hello. Hiya.
Hello there. How are you? What I'm going to do is put the right logo up for you. That would probably be a good idea. You might not be too happy otherwise. Other than that, I'll just let you tell everyone a bit about Team 17.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm going to share my. I'm going to share my PowerPoint. You might see some of my slide notes coming up there. Yes, is that all coming up okay? I've only got my PowerPoint showing at the moment. Is it sharing okay? I believe so. Okay. Wonderful. So yes, I'm Jasper Barnes, the Talent Acquisition Manager at Team 17. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's happening with us, what's happened to us the last 12 months or so, and what the plan is for us over the sort of coming 12 months as well, what we're working on and what the plan is, and really why you should be looking to join us at the moment. So as I say, I manage the recruitment function at the moment for all three of our locations. So we've got the Wakefield Development Studio, we've got our Nottingham commercial offices, and then we've got a recently acquired Manchester site as well, which I'm going to talk a bit more about actually at a future event, but I will reference it today. So first thing, a bit of a history, I suppose, about what we've done in the past. So we're actually celebrating 30 years of Team 17 this year. So established in 1990, first game came out in 1991, full contact, not a flex, but it went straight to #1 in the UK charts, which was a good start. I think that we've sort of retained that since. We've had all sorts of success with games throughout that 30-year history, doing incredibly well and loved by our players. Some really recent successes or accolades or awards. It's actually in 2018, so 2 years ago now, we launched our 100th game in the history of the business. It was a game called Planet Alpha. It was obviously a huge milestone regardless. 100 games by any publisher, exciting. But 100th for us was something really special. I think what made it really lovely as well is Planet Alpha was really well received as well. So I think especially for the Nintendo fan base, it was released on Switch, and it was really went down well there. So I think that it was always going to be a special game for us, but the fact that it was enjoyed by our community was great anyway. Then going straight into 2019, it was a record year for the company's growth. So we exceeded all expectations and had an absolutely fantastic year. Just a few examples of that is we won a BAFTA award for Miyaku's Island Express. We won Game of the Year at Develop down in Brighton for Overcooked 2, and we also won a PlayStation award for Overcooked 2 as well. So that was a phenomenal game and a phenomenal achievements that it got us. And then didn't stop there, so straight into 2020, we started off the year by winning Indie Publisher of the Year as well. So we've had a really good couple of years. We've really, I think, shown just how amazing things we can do. and long may it continue, obviously. So that's a bit about kind of, I guess a bit of a history lesson, some of the things we're really proud of over the last couple of years. But 30 years in game development, what does that actually look like? That's an important thing, right? So I think that the really exciting, amazing thing about Team 17 is the sheer range of projects that we get to work on. So there's so many different things that we do. All the games that are coming up on the screen are ones that marched against Team 17, whether it be developed or published or partnered with. These are all things that we've had the honour of stamping our name against. And I'm sure you can all see that it truly is genre agnostic, it's platform agnostic. We work with lots of different types of games, styles of games, art styles. We're all over the place. We try different things. Game engines, we work in lots of different game engines. We work, we've dabbled in lots of different areas. And I think that's really one of the really exciting things about Team 17, the chance that we really get the opportunity to flex our creative muscles in lots of different directions. We get to, maybe it's kind of the spirit of independent games in themselves anyway, but we get a chance to really play with some sort of weird and wacky ideas and some really fun sort of niche little ideas that we can bring in house. We can play around with, and we can make something really exciting from. Which you don't get those opportunities everywhere. And I think that's something that we like to think we do really, really well. So I think that I guess just to turn into your sales pitch, if you want somewhere where no 2 days are the same, you can try lots of different things, lots of different areas. I think Team 17 is a phenomenal example of exactly that. The other thing I'd say as well is a lot of these games, we do push the indie side of game developments. We like to think the spirit of independent games. That's what we try to embody, try to be a part of. We really are about giving our indie external partners that sort of opportunity to be up there and be published by a company like Team 17 and get access to all the different platforms that perhaps they wouldn't get the chance to themselves if they went fully independent. We bring that 30 years of experience and knowledge, so we can really help them sort of catapult their game to perhaps audiences they couldn't otherwise reach. What that means working on independent games as well. They're generally kind of smaller games. They're kind of fun little ideas, sometimes a bit more artsy, sometimes a bit more niche. And what that means is we have quite short development cycles as well. So we get the chance to work on lots of things over a short period of time. So I think that, again, if you're looking for diversity, you're looking for variety, you're looking to work in a sort of fluid, flexible working environment, again, Team 17 has got to be an example of exactly that. So in terms of kind of, I mentioned lots of different games at once, and that's absolutely what we're finding at the moment. We've the way that we work at Team 17 is we've got a games label model. So not only do we create our own independent games, Worms obviously is an IP that's owned by Team 17, and enormously, I think everyone's played a Worms game at some point in their lives. Every gamer, I think, has got that notch in their belt. Not only we develop our own IPs, we also sign games from external developers as well. So, at the moment we're proud to say that we've actually signed games from 5 different continents around the world. 2 more to go. I'm sure we'll get there one day. But what that means, in terms of being able to get a real variety of content and things to work on, it goes back to my last point that, the fact that we're automatically tapping into, people that are based in all sorts of different countries and cultures and have all these different life experiences, it brings a lot more sort of creative ideas to the table and opportunities for us to work on some really interesting outside the box designs for games. So in terms of what we've achieved so far in 2019, we saw new releases. Obviously, I mentioned before that it was something of a record-breaking year for Team 17. 7 releases was phenomenal, such a huge achievement by the studios. And we're not stopping there. So 2020, we've announced that we're seeking to release 10 games, one of which actually has been released today. So Neon Abyss. Go get it now. I don't know if anyone's had the chance to play it yet, but it's fantastic. I've really played it. I played it before it came out, not to brag, but it's fantastic. It's so much fun. So we've got games that are coming out now, and even more that are due out over the course of this summer, and then beyond through the rest of the year as well. Obviously, Worms Rumble is recently announced what the new style of Worms is going to be. I think that's quite widely anticipated. For that one, we're actually running the beta that starts tomorrow, so I think our players are going to get first chance to see what the game looks like and how it plays, and that's going to be really exciting to see some of that feedback. Yes, that's just a couple of the 10 releases we've got this year. But I think something that's really important to say as well is we're not, we don't move on from games once we release them as well. So we're always looking to, build on top of existing games, build on top of games that we know our community is really responding to and really love. So Hell Let Loose is a perfect example. And we've got such a passionate community around that title that really enjoy playing that game. So again, today is a big day for Team 17. We're updating update 7 for that game. Actually, came out today, which is the biggest update in the history of that game. It's huge. I think again widely anticipated by the players. So it's not just 10 new releases, it's 10 new releases plus DLCs, plus bonus content, plus updates, plus all the other things that we're piling on top of our ever-growing back catalogue of games as well. So as I say, there's lots of opportunities to try different things, work with different IPs, different games, old, new, existing, and everything else as well. And that's what we really look to push. So, how do we do that? Obviously, it's through growth, and we have to make space for that growth. So at the end of last year, we actually moved into new facilities up in Wakefield. It's actually a shame that for so many reasons, COVID obviously is a huge shame, but we've kind of been moved out of the offices just as we were starting to get into the swing of it. But we have got a new studio that was built for us. I think it really captures the sort of the spirit of Team 17. It's bright, it's vibrant, it's fun, it's colourful. There's all sort of like little nooks and crannies where there's game console set up, so you can do some market research, if you want to call it that, and see what's happening in the industry. Or play some of our games. We run competitions with games at work and set up little sort of tournaments with our developers. Just have a little bit of fun, really. I think it's really important. We're all in this industry because we love games, we love playing games. It would be such a crime if you went to a game studio or making games but didn't get the chance to play the things that you love. So it's really important, I think, to have that as part of the culture of the studio. We are players, we do love what we do, and so we do it during our breaks and during our day at work as well. So yeah, here's a few images of the new Wakefield studio. It still looks pretty much as new, like I say, because we've all been sent home just 4 months, I think, into the move into the studio. So it's still pretty bright and pretty clean and tidy at the moment, and I'm sure it'll stay that way. We have got a couple of other locations as well, like I said earlier, the Nottingham and the Manchester location. I will talk about them, like I say, at a future event, but I think it really is about pushing Wakefield today. So this is what we need to do. So this new studio allows us to increase our number of people we can have based at that single location, and we've been ramping up ever since then as well. So so from the start of 2020, I think we had our first starter on the 2nd of January this year, and we've kept on going ever since then. Even through lockdown, through COVID, through everything, we've been able to steadily bring new people into the studio. That's hiring remotely, that's people starting remotely, onboarding remotely, getting trained, and some of them even outside of the country that will be looking to relocate. Further down the line. So it's really not slowed us down anyway. It's been a really busy 6 months for me so far, and long may it continue. Still lots of vacancies that need to be filled. And yeah, we've now really pleased to say we've got a really exciting space to be able to fill up as well. But it's not just about space. Obviously, people come to work for so many reasons, and I've already mentioned that we want our staff to have fun when they're here. And we really do push that. Being a Teamster is a way of life. It's not just a job. I think we like to believe it's much like I think a lot of studios say, it's like a family feel. I think that really is the case. It's such a warming industry, and I think that exists through every studio. But we at Team 17 we really push that as well. So we do. We do all sorts of events and initiatives within the studio. We have things like team building events. One day every month we try and do an event where staff can spend a bit of time getting to know other people in other departments a bit better and sort of mix and mingle a little bit more. We have sort of social clubs and things as well. So we have a 5-a-side team, we have Dungeons and Dragons club, we have an art club, we have we've done rock climbing and go-karting and all sorts of things like that as well. So we'd like to think that we kind of support a hobby for everyone, whatever that hobby actually looks like. And I think we're always open to pitching new ideas at us. Obviously it requires somebody to say, I want to try this new thing, and we'll back it and we'll support it, especially if more teams get behind it. But I think there's no such thing as a stupid idea, and I think that exists. If you've got an idea for something that our staff are going to enjoy, we'd love to push it and we'd love to run with it with you. We also, take part in all sorts of, charity initiatives as well. So we're, big supporters of things like Children in Need, of comic relief. We're proud to sponsor, Pride every year and things there as well. So I think that we do try to, not only work with our teams, but also with our communities locally and nationally, and also internationally to really sort of, I guess make it so that people enjoy coming to work. They're proud to work for Team 17. I think that's a really important thing for us. So, as I've said, we are actively recruiting at the moment across pretty much all departments. Here's just a small selection of some of the jobs that we're looking for at the moment. We're hiring at all levels within the business, pretty much all departments within the business. And even jobs that perhaps don't appear here, there will be other jobs that are coming in the future. As I say, we've got new position, new studio in Manchester. We're still growing as a Wakefield studio. We've got more games than ever before. We've got more people than ever before, more projects than ever before. It really is a time of growth, a real time of exciting things happening, and I think a really good time to come aboard. So there's these jobs here which might appeal to you, might take your fancy, might be right for you. But even if you can't see something that's kind of bang on the money what you're looking for, obviously jump on the Discord or drop me an email after the fact, and we can always see there might be something that's just around the corner that could be perfect for you.
Fantastic! Thank you so much, Jasper. What a great insight! I love the they were web webcam stills, webcam shots from the office, wasn't it? It's just that the office happened to be empty, the Wakefield office. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah. That's probably what it's like now, I suppose. Yeah, absolutely.
Just one quick question from the Discord chat. We've got Carlos Dev asking, what's the studio's approach to hiring entry level positions? You know, with in the world of COVID at the moment, has that affected things?
It's not, no. So we've hired across, I believe, definitely sort of three main departments. We've hired junior artists, we've hired junior game designer. We're in the process for a couple of the junior roles at the moment that are sort of interviewing stage across different departments. It's on programming as well. So the last couple of years, we've had a programming placement scheme where we've had students that have come with us during a sandwich course, and then they've gone back, finished their year, and we've actually got 4 of those students returning to us this summer as well. On top of that, we've got 2 additional placement students that are joining us in the coming weeks as well. So it's not made any differences we've not cancelled any junior positions because of COVID. It's not stopped us or slowed us down in any way. They've still existed, they're still there, and we've got more to come as well.
Fantastic, great. And you're in the Discord at the moment?
I'm in the Discord, absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. So if you've not jumped on the Discord already, the address is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Do jump on. We will also send out an email to everyone that's registered. If you've not already, this is about your last chance. Go to gamesjobs.live. But do jump on the Discord, speak to Jasper, speak to other folk from Team 17, speak to the other companies. Thank you very much for joining us, Jasper.
That's right, thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Okay, and then just as a small plug for this channel itself, YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, and that way we can keep you up to date with what we're doing. We're obviously hoping to do this again if it's a success. So we're certainly hoping to hear from some people that end up as a job because of this event in some of the studios featured today. So please let us know, and maybe we'll get you back to feature on a stream in the future. So moving swiftly on, next up we have GameWorks. So if I can just bring in Martin, let me see if he's around. He is. Hello, Martin. Oh, we can't hear you though, Martin. You might be on mute. No. Struggling to hear you. I'll tell you what, can you try logging out and back in again? And meanwhile, I see Rob from Huey Games has come on. If I can catch him on the hoof, Rob, give me a nod if you're okay if we can bring you in. Fantastic. So we'll come back to Martin and GameWorks. But meantime, let me bring in Rob from Huey Games. Fantastic.
Hello.
Hey, Rob.
Very zoomed in. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Indeed, we can indeed. Thank you for doing this at short notice. I will just hand over to you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Colin. So I'm going to share my screen as well. So hopefully you guys can see the presentation coming in there. Can you see that okay? Yeah, there it goes. Screen shares now in the broadcast. Okay, so I'm Rob from Huey Games. It's great to be here with
your screen's blank
today. Yeah, thank you for
sorry, Rob, your screen's blank. Do you want to try?
Sorry, Colin, I can't hear you. Are you talking to me?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rob, just your screen that you brought in was blank. Do you want to try sharing that again?
Oh, there we go. It was my headphone wasn't plugged in properly.
Your screen was blank. Do you want to try
my screen was
that
blank.
Screen again?
Okay, I apologize. Stop sharing. Let's try that again. My screen was blank. Let's try it.
The noise of live events. But meantime,
yeah,
it's a chance for me to remind everyone to go to the Discord. Address is on the screen. So I now can't see Rob's slides, so we'll bring them in.
Brilliant. Okay. So you can see that okay now. Right. Well, there we go. Try again. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Great to be a part of this. I'm Rob Hewson from Huey Games. And Huey Games, we're a young team and we're growing and we're looking to bring on board some really great talent to help us go on that journey. So it's a really great opportunity if you're interested in coming in early at the ground floor and helping to build this great team. Then come and talk to us. So what do we do at Huey Games? Well, we do a lot of console porting. We have some fabulous clients that we work for, some big publishers that we do console porting for across all platforms, current gen and next gen as well. So we've got some great projects coming up. So in particular, right now we're looking for a new programmer to join the team, a porting programmer. So I won't go through the whole description there, but you'll be working with our technical director to port games across all platforms. We work in Unity and C#, so if you've got that kind of a background, we would love to hear from you. I'll give a bit more background about the company as well. We're fully remote, UK-based team. We have a delivery-focused production method, so flexible hours, which is great because you can fit the work in around your life and have a great work-life balance that way. And as I said, it's an opportunity to be part of our journey. We're a growing team, so we can learn and develop together, and you can help us shape the future of Huey Games as a fantastic new independent developer. And yes, we're equal opportunities employer, so diversity is very important to us. So yeah, come and speak to us. What have we done over the 2 or 3 years that we've been in business? Well, we have released some of our own games. That includes original IP that we've developed, such as Hyper Sentinel, Wreckout, that's in development at the moment, that's coming early in 2021, and Mechanus, our next gen game, which is coming in 2022. We've also ported and released some games for other indie developers. You can see we've got Switch and Shoot, which we're releasing this summer. We've released Silk, which is an RPG, and we did Woolly Mountain, which was a point-and-click adventure. As I said at the beginning, we do a lot of work for hire, so mostly console porting for some of the clients that we've got. So big and small games across all consoles, current and next gen. And we have a physical games program that we do as well. This is something where we have a close connection with a retro community that we've built up on Kickstarter. And so we license and release games on our physical collectors USB cassettes, which is great fun. Yeah, if you want to learn more about the original games we've got in development, Wreckout, you can have a look on the website there at hueygames.com/Wreckout. And Mechanus, our next generation IP, is actually being revealed as part of a showcase later this month, so keep an eye out for that. As we are a small team, I thought it'd be good to talk a little bit about who you'll be working with. So my background is 15 years experience as a game director and as a lead designer. So you can see there some of the games and IPs I've had the pleasure to work on over the years. And John, our technical director, has had 22 years as a technical lead, a game engine lead, graphics pipeline lead, and has worked on a number of games across all platforms. He was previously at the BBC. So yeah, really this is a chance for you to come in and join an exciting, growing team, help us to build the culture of our company. We're looking for a porting programmer at the moment. And you'll have the chance to work alongside John and gain the benefit of his more than 2 decades of technical experience, and to bring your own ideas and your own personality to the company as well as we continue to grow. So it's the porting program at the moment. We're expecting to add new positions to our recruitment drive in the coming months. So that's it. Pretty straightforward from me. My email address is rob@hueygames. It's hueygames.com if you want to check out the website for some of the projects that we're able to talk about at the moment. And yeah, come and get in touch. We'd be excited to hear from you. Cheers. So I'm going to stop sharing. There we go.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rob. You mentioned porting and working on a variety of different platforms. So what platforms are you doing? Sorry if I missed that.
Yeah, so all the consoles. So PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, PC. Occasionally we do projects on mobile as well, but primarily it's PC and consoles.
Oh, so I get to quiz you about PS5 and Xbox Series X. Oh, let's speak later. Fantastic. And then in terms of remote working, how do you guys work?
Yeah, I mean, we've begun life as a remote company, so we use Slack. We have regular stand-up meetings every week, and we work with our clients over. Different clients have different preferred bits of software, right? So Slack, Skype, Discord, and all of those kinds of things. And we do have flexible working hours. So we have kind of core hours that we work to, but you can clock in and out at different times, and you can if you want to take some time off during the week and do work at the weekend, that all works. And it means that you can kind of build the work around your lifestyle.
Fantastic. Great. Okay. Thank you very much for coming on, Rob. Particularly
Thank you. My pleasure.
We've got technical problems, but you're in the Discord to answer questions?
I am indeed, yes.
Fantastic. So please do jump on. If you're not on already, the URL, the link for the Discord's scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Go and chat to Rob. Huey is a name that has been around the games industry for many decades. Hopefully most of you are much younger than me and don't know that, but trust me, great name. Rob's a great guy. Go and speak to him and see if you get the chance to work with him. Rob, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Colin. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Fantastic. Okay, right. Let's have another shot at Martin. You will be worth the wait. Right, Martin, can we bring you in? There we go. There we go. Okay, will we try that again, Martin?
Go on then. Is it working?
I'm not seeing your slides to bring in yet. We've lost Martin. I think it was working. He'll come back in a second, I'm sure. Here we go. I'm sure he'll be fine. No!
There we go.
Yes.
How would we...
Fantastic. Okay, right. I'm not going to touch anything. You don't either. I'm going to hand over to you. Take it away, Martin.
Cool, great. Let me share my screen here. No pressure. I'll attempt not to mess anything up. I have messed it all up. Let me... Right, let's try this again. Here we go. So, yeah, after all that technical difficulty, I hope this is all working now and everyone's seeing me. So this is a bit of a different one. Don't know how I follow all that, but I'll do my best. So we're GameWorks. We're based in Sheffield. I don't need to do any...
Sorry, Martin, your screen was on like an infinite mirror view. It was maybe the wrong screen. We could see your screen, but it wasn't the slides you were hoping to show.
Let me try that again then. How do I cancel that share?
Everyone's us that we should have tested this, and we did, and it worked fine. But
there we go. That's got to be the one, right?
This is the joy of live events. That looks better. Brilliant.
Oh, I love web browser stuff. It's great. This is my third web browser, so this has got to work, right? Right. Okay. Let's try that again. GameWorks. Right. So we're based in Sheffield. We've done all the Sheffield thing. Everyone loves Yorkshire. It's a nice little place in the centre of the country. Lots of greenery. Lots of great development talent. A bit of a hub for games in general, I think. Certainly over the years, we've kind of grown and developed and seen many companies kind of rise. So yeah, this is a great place to be, I think. So GameWorks, who are we? I guess in terms of kind of everyone who's already spoken, we're probably not least known by anyone. We started up about 5 years ago. We're part of NIIT. NIIT is like a large learning provider for people who don't know. We formed a gaming team a while ago for them. We produce content gaming content for a load of different clients based on requirements, and we designed things that seemed relevant. So where did we start? I mean, we're essentially a experienced team. The teams consisted of myself. I've got a background in Rockstar, Argonaut, for anyone who can remember that far back, and a few other lesser known teams. I worked on Activision for a while, and then we started up here. I'm supported by Jer, who's Team 17, core design, worked on the original Tomb Raider stuff. And the rest of the team are all equally as experienced. They've all worked on various different products and for different groups. So we're a small, very experienced team, I think it's fair to say. We're based right in the heart of Sheffield. We're just by the train station. We are currently 8 people in Sheffield, and as part of the larger NIIT group, we have extended teams in India and the US, and between us all, we make a variety of different products for any clients that we work with. So what kind of things do we do? Our main remit is to create games and gamified solutions. So that's anything which is traditional gaming. We make interactive narrative things. We build kind of board game examples. We build virtual reality games and everything in between, I guess. We also focus on some of the other things which are quite popular. We build a lot of simulations. Maybe not something that you generally notice in traditional gaming companies, but simulations feed a lot of our work. We will take situational things and simulate that as close as we can. We create a lot of interactive virtual media. So that kind of relates to anything to do with the stuff that you see on screens where you have to kind of interact with it and move it around and inspect stuff. That's kind of probably more in the AR space and things. And then we work with any kind of evolving tech. So us as a team, I guess we have a lot of kind of AR, VR, PC and mobile work. So I think the thing that we focus on mainly is we build a lot of bespoke content for emerging technologies and developing trends, which maybe you don't get in a lot of mainstream gaming, or you don't get kind of straight off. Our focus is purely kind of innovating and building new products that take advantage of new platforms, as well as traditional gaming. So just a little bit of horn blowing, I guess. We've won a lot of awards. I mean, we've been running for 5 years as a small team. We've won top gamification company every year since we've been working, which is great. We've won a load of Brandon Hall Awards, which are kind of an industry kind of rating. We've won a load of technology awards. So plenty of awards. It's good to get recognised. And these are the clients that we could show. We work with loads of clients. We can't talk about a lot of them, as is the way with a lot of these things. So we've got some things which we know we can definitely talk about. We've got some other clients that we can't talk about. I can talk about some of the awards that we've won, which is ironically linked to clients. We did some great products with Shell and won a gold award with a narrative learning product we made for them. We made an amazing simulator for GE where you could kind of walk around an environment and learn how not to kill yourself when surfacing equipment. So we make quite a large range of different products. This is a quick slide. It gives you a random idea of the kind of the range and scope of products that we create. So I'll not go into any specifics. It just kind of gives you an idea. We're obviously not a mainstream gaming company. You won't see this kind of stuff on the shelf in your local shop or online at Amazon. This is all stuff that is bespoke, produced for clients. So we'll produce learning games. We'll produce simulations. We'll produce we'll produce board games, we'll produce really nice visceral VR experiences. I think the one in the middle here is quite a good example. We've got like some really kind of cool VR gloves where we can kind of map one-to-one movement with everything. So I mean the whole focus is based around gaming, but as I said, it's not your traditional outlet for gaming products. So, what we have to offer, as I say, this is a hard one, I guess, because we're kind of talking about comparing ourselves with kind of large commercial gaming companies. We are a small, experienced team who make very much bespoke solutions and tailored products. We have got that to offer, I think. We very much work as a kind of a small indie team in that everyone's idea counts. Everything that we build together, we review together, we create something interesting, great. We work on things that we're interested in. We produce things that we know are going to make things better. So just to kind of go into those things in a bit more kind of practical manner, I guess, we've got great health benefits. We've got loads of kind of random things like birthday bonuses and healthcare schemes and holiday bonuses. We've got a health and wellness benefit that you can claim to put towards like gym and other kind of health equipment. So that's a nice scheme we've got running. We do a lot of kind of strange, I won't say strange, but different products. We work on loads of very different projects. I think the key thing that makes this different to a lot of commercial gaming is we don't work on large development cycles. We very much kind of look at a product, we develop something that needs to be built around it, and then we'll kind of work to that brief and develop a product that kind of fits the brief really well. Most of our products are generally a maximum of 9 months. So we like to create products which kind of fit a requirement, and then we move on to something new. We'll look at different platforms, how we can adapt it to different platforms. We look at tools, how we can reuse things, how we can pipeline, how we can make things better and faster, and how we can improve visuals. And you know, we're always looking at that kind of way to make things cutting edge while still being able to deliver great content for the clients who we work with. So part of the thing which allows us to do that is we do a lot of kind of research and development. I think one of the things that attracts a lot of people that we have in the company is the ability to learn and progress within the field. Certainly, I even after whatever it is, 20 years in the industry, I'm still kind of constantly researching, learning, sharing information with the team, always looking at new things coming out, looking at ways to improve what we do. And we like to kind of look at that as a team and kind of really push that out and really kind of improve people's skill sets and let people kind of develop what they're interested in and really work on those kind of skill sets. In addition to that, we have kind of a Friday game jam thing where we'll tools down on a Friday afternoon. We'll kind of sit there. We'll all kind of look at something that we're split off into smaller groups maybe, and kind of really research some ideas and do some kind of small gaming or interactive experiments with some of the stuff we've seen. So, excellent working environment. Here's a good one. We have a really kind of tight team. We work together very closely. We know each other very well. We like to make sure that everyone feels included. We want to listen to everyone. We want everyone to feel like they're part of the company. Everyone has a say in it. We have, prior to COVID, a very kind of social environment. I guess a few of the other companies have covered that as well. But I think one of our favourite things was kind of going down by the side of the canal in Sheffield. If anyone knows that, we go down to Sheaf Keys and we'll sit outside in the sun and kind of talk about games, talk about things that we're doing, and I think we have to make sure as a team that it's just as important when making a product as a team that you also spend time as a team and properly understand what's going on and how everyone can kind of work better and work together. And then development of products for latest technologies. I think, again, this is something which maybe we differ from other people. We work on quite a lot of kind of different products. One of the things which is also different is we don't have to necessarily make a product financially successful. Ultimately, our products are pre-paid for. So all we have to do is fill the criteria, make it great, and keep things coming back in. So we don't have that added pressure of making sure we hit some Metacritic score or some other crazy thing which can really stress out development. I think from our point of view, we're very happy to kind of make the best product we can make it on whatever platform seems a good fit for it. And really kind of push the technology and push the innovation rather than worrying about what might be commercially successful or viable. So it's quite a unique position, I guess, we're in at that point. Finally, I've got no concept of time because I can't see my clock here. But anyway, this is who we're looking for. I'm sure there'll be some shares afterwards. We've got everything up on our site. I chucked a couple of pictures in of the empty office and a Homer Simpson, which shouts at you when you go in. He was our Christmas mascot, and he drove everyone mad in the office. So thank you, Richard Morton, who will be answering your questions later on. And I think that is me.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Martin. Let's just get us the same size. Perfect. Great. Fascinating stuff. I see on the Discord chat, I think we've got an Italian contingent watching. What's your approach to taking applications from people overseas?
So, I mean, that's probably one of the things I didn't cover very well. We are kind of fine with that. We've been working remotely for a long time. We've got offices literally in every country in the world, I think, as part of NIT. We've currently got one of our key employees, Matt Wilmot. He has just moved over to the Netherlands from the UK, and he continues to work over there. So, I mean, as far as we're concerned, all our infrastructure is in place to kind of allow people to work as they want to work. We know what we need to do, and we make realistic requests, I guess. So stuff gets done, everyone's happy.
It's a good
everyone needs to live a life. I think that's more important than ever at this time.
Yep. No, stuff gets done, everyone's happy. Sounds good. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us. You're in the Discord?
I am, yep.
Yep. So the email's gone out with all the links. If you've not signed up and not registered to that, do just jump on the Discord. The link's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Jump on the Discord, or just go to GameWorks or any of the other companies today's websites, and you'll see all their jobs listed there as well, and you just apply directly. Martin, thank you for joining us.
Cheers, Colin. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay, and our last company of the day, definitely not least, let me just bring in Josh from Rebellion, quite a famous company. Josh, hey, hello there.
Hello.
Josh, I will leave it at you.
Fantastic, thank you. Hi everyone, so I'm Josh from Rebellion. I'm the talent coordinator there. I don't have a fancy presentation like some of my peers did. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what we do and what we can offer. So Rebellion is founded in 1992 by brothers Chris and Jason Kingsley. We're one of Europe's biggest independent multimedia studios. So not only do we make and develop our own games, we also publish them fully independently. But we also branch out into other areas like publishing. So we run 2080 comics, some of you may know, like Judge Dredd, for example. We also do sci-fi and fantasy books published under Abaddon and Solaris. So that's also quite exciting. And we've also got, as of last year, we've opened up our own film studio just outside of Oxford. So we invested in a $100 million film studio, and we're making our own in-house productions there. So that's something else. We developed some titles based on the huge franchises some of you may know, such as Star Wars, The Simpsons, Aliens vs. Predator, But we also have our amazing own first-party IPs like Sniper Elite, Evil Genius, Zombie Army, and many, many more. We added to that not long ago by acquiring some from the Bitmap brothers, so classic titles like Speedball, and hopefully we're working on those in the near future. We are working on titles, I can say, for the next generation of consoles. Some of you may have noticed our founder and CEO, Jason, appeared in the PlayStation launch. And Rebellion is unique, and we can offer something for everyone. So whether you're joining us just as a graduate or maybe you're doing an internship with us, we can offer literally it's kind of that support and guidance that you'll need to develop on your own journey. But even coming in as a senior, we can help you, find your place. So what I can add is that we have a fantastic set of studios across the UK. We've got 4. So there's one in Oxford, Warwick in Leamington Spa, Runcorn near Liverpool, and then we have Rebellion North, which is in Ossett, so located in Wakefield in West Yorkshire. So the team there have a fantastic new studio. We have about 17 developers there, primarily on the programming side at the moment, but we're looking to expand. So we have got a couple of exciting roles available there at the moment, such as junior environment artist. So we're looking to take on someone to work with a fantastic lead artist that we've just had recently join with us. And we also have a lead QA role. So we're looking to open up and develop a new QA team at our North studio. We have a huge list of benefits which can be found on our website. So that's careers.rebellion.com. There's so many to list, and we've just actually added to them. So amongst the usual things people might expect, like flexible working times, free titles and comic books, because the joy of being a publisher as well gives us that access. But we also have other things you might expect, like personal private medical care and life insurance. One thing I can say about our North studio is it's kind of like a small family. So where I said there's 17 members of staff, they have gone back into the office because the joy of it is where they have a new 3-floor office is they have social distancing is enabled, so it's easy for them to go back to work. A lot of them did request. They were previously working at our studio head's home previously, and now they've moved into a fantastic new office. Our other studio, so our head studio in Oxford, has around 180 members of staff. And then we have another 60, say, at Warwick, and then another 30 to 40 at our Runcorn studio. So it's very collaborative and cross-developed between all the studios. And we work in a variety of mediums, including we're developing Sniper Elite for VR right now, as well as one of our next titles to launch, Evil Genius, will be on PC, as well as the next entry into the Sniper Elite franchise and some other things that I can't talk about. But yeah, I'll be available after this in the Discord if anyone else has any other questions or you want to know more about Rebellion. And that's it, really.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Josh.
Thanks.
Apologies with the wrong logo up there at the start.
That's okay.
But yeah, I mean, Rebellion's been around for, it's a name that's been in computer games since I was a wee lad, and that's a while ago now. You mentioned interns, which is interesting. That's always a common question. I mean, just out of interest, how many people come in as interns and end up staying with the company longer term?
So I've only been with the studio nearly 2 years now, but we started taking on more and more. There was typically, we would do work placements and internships. We've taken on several more in the last few months now. So we're looking to get those people started as a year-long internship as of September. So one, for example, we typically do programming internships through our entry-level role we have available online. So people can apply through there, or our vacancies email, which is also on the website. But we have done a games design internship, which someone's going to join us for a year and work with the development team on the next Sniper Elite.
Fantastic. Great. And you're in the Discord. You've been in the Discord chatting away.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So please pile into the Discord. The links along the bottom of the screen. Basically, Josh from Rebellion and all the other companies are going to be on the Discord for another half an hour at least. So jump on, ask your questions. After that, just apply for whichever companies and whichever jobs you think are most suitable to you. Josh, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Colin.
So that brings us to the end of the companies that are talking to us today. I'll just bring Mr. Sefton back into the stream.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for staying awake. Something I tried to do last time and it didn't work brilliantly well, but we'll try it again this time. Is we'll try a little quiz. So the problem with this is that there's a 20-second lag between things going out. But if I kick off a quiz now, if it goes horribly wrong, it's not the end of the world. But if it goes right, then it's a bit of fun. So we'll kick off this quiz. And the first question is, what average console Metacritic score was displayed on the 2 Point Hospital games slide from Red Kite? So hopefully that quiz is coming up in the Discord for everyone. Answer on the Discord. We've got 5 questions. If it goes horribly wrong, nothing lost. We'll see if we can get some votes in for the quiz. So I'm hoping you're seeing the first question there. The second question, which Team 17 game was launched today on Steam, Switch, PS4 and Xbox? Which Team 17 game was launched today? Have you played that one yet, Jamie, without saying the name?
Oh, yeah. I haven't yet. No, I haven't.
Tonight.
Definitely. There's some great games coming out from this region, as I said earlier, with Revolution Software releasing, Beyond the Steel Sky very soon as well. So some good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's already out. Someone was raving about it.
It is. It's on Apple Arcade. It's on PC very soon. So I'm waiting for it to come out on PC.
PC man. So I think the third question's up about the GameWorks presentation. And actually the fourth question too, maybe. This is the joy of things being out of sync. But as long as you're watching the Discord, answer the questions in there. Fourth question about one of the perks of working at Sumo Digital. And then the last question, who founded Rebellion all the way back in 1992? And I'm definitely way too young for that to be me. So we're just getting the last couple of answers in, and I'm hoping this works and we get some kind of leaderboard. We can announce some kind of winner. There are no prizes, I'm afraid. So it looks like we have a joint first place with 1, 2, 3, 4 people come joint first. Well done to Hydro, Blackwaza, Lampwick, and Simple Gamer. Well done. You've won absolutely nothing other than the respect of hundreds of gamers and all the amazing games companies in the north of England. Well done. Let me just bring up my list. So the email's gone out with all the jobs. Some of the jobs are just linked direct to the company's website, so please do browse all the jobs. They're fantastic companies that I'm hoping many of you end up with positions at. I would like to thank Jamie and Game Republic for helping put this together, as well as our sponsors Red Kite and Sumo, as well as the various people that have shared this, the various university courses, lecturers. Thank you so much. Screen Yorkshire, everyone that shared this, that's been fantastic. There will be a survey go out. Getting feedback is really useful, so please do fill out the feedback, and I'm hoping we can run this again. But if the feedback's terrible, then we'll know not to, or to do it in a different format. So please be honest.
Yeah.
Jamie, anything else from you?
No, just thank you to you, Colin. Thank you for putting on this event today. Hopefully it's been useful for everyone, and you've heard some great stuff from all our companies. Get in the Discord, chat to companies, ask them questions. This is a great opportunity if you want to get into various aspects of the games industry. It's not just kind of programming or art. If you've got questions about sound design or anything else, writing or whatever, just ask our companies, and they'll be able to reply quite quickly as well.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Thank you, Jamie. Well, that's a good afternoon or good night from us, I think. The companies are still in the Discord, so jump on the Discord. The link's at the bottom of the screen, discord.gamesjobs.live. Jump on the Discord, ask them anything you want. apply to them, get jobs, tell us about it, and produce amazing games in the future. We look forward to seeing them all.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
Indeed. Goodbye for now.
Bye.